Good evening, students and my dear friends. Today, this is our next class regarding electric field chapter, and this is the last topic. After that, electric field chapter will be over, and we will start electric flux section. Today topic is electric field intensity at any point on the axis of a uniformly charged ring, or it may be circular loop. Examiner can be asked, find electric field intensity at any point on the axis of uniformly charged ring, or it may be called uniformly charged circular loop. So for deriving that expression, first of all we have to take a circular loop or ring, and let there is a Q charge spread all over the surface of that ring, and that circular loop has a radius A, and at the center, at a distance r from the center of that loop or ring, let us consider a point P at which test charge Q0 is already placed. We know that why test charge is present here, because whenever we try to find electric field intensity about any topic, then we have to need there is a test charge which detect the electric field area of the given charge. Since there is a given charge body uniform charge ring, and its electric field is detected by a test charge that is placed at point P at a distance r from center of that circular charge ring. Now join these lines from A to C to P. Now let us consider a point, then let us consider a element AB of length dl and have a charge dq on that surface. Now after joining that line, that value can be easily find out with the help of Pythagoras. Since Pythagoras, that is base, this is your perpendicular and this is your hypotenuse. To find the value of hypotenuse, there is a formula in which we will square the perpendicular and plus square the base and take square root. In that manner we can find the value of that distance, that is Cp. Since there is a test charge and that is a small element at which dq charge is placed, then dq charge will produce an electric field who is detected by that test charge, and that goes and it exerts a repulsion force outside, and that electric field is given by dE. Why we take dE? Because dE is the small electric field produced by that due to small current element detected by that test charge. Now we will try to resolve its rectangular component, and since we know that rectangular components are mutually perpendicular to each other, we have already studied in class +1. I hope you remember it. Now if this is angle theta, that angle will also called theta. That's why it's that base component is d cos theta, and at the 90 angle it will be d sin theta. Now here there is AB and which have length dl, which is called small element of the loop, and Q is the charge on the loop of the entire loop. Then by linear charge density, that term is also be aware. We have discussed in electric charge chapter. Linear charge density represented by lambda and having formula Q by length. We know that. And there is a Q charge, and that total length of that loop is circumference. Circumference of circular loop is 2 pi a, because a is the radius of that loop, and is equal to dq charge spread on dl length. Here from here we can find the value of dq. Equals to take equation number 1. Since electric field intensity at point P due to that small current element is given by dE, its value can be found out by formula F upon Q0. In F we will apply Coulomb's law in these two charges, Q0 and dq. After putting all these value, we have formula dq 4 pi epsilon naught Cp square. How this formula come out? We will check. Since dE dF upon Q0, and by Coulomb's law 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and q naught bq q naught divided by r square, it's cp का square and divided by q naught to q naught cancel. That means electric field, small electric field at point P due to current element, due to small element, charge element, that will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught dq upon cp का square. That is here. And in cp, that value we have already find out. It will become out square root r square plus a square. After putting here, since there is square, we will cancel square to square. It will be cancel out. Then it will come out dq upon 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus a square. This is all about magnitude. And what will be the direction? Direction is lying along the direction of force, because there is a repulsion force, that force acting outside. That's why its direction will be C to P. C to P outside. Now after resolving this electric field two component, that is rectangular component dE cos theta and dE sin theta, and these components dE cos theta along x axis and dE sin theta along y axis. In that manner, if this element is taking air, it can be air, lots of small current element can be considered. But for finding that derivation, we will select always two elements and taking on the opposite side of the diametric axis. In that manner, you can take anywhere. Here left side I am not showing here. It is only this. Now after resolving rectangular component, it's these two components are lying along dE cos theta along x axis, and this will be lying along y axis. Now what will be here? Here component dE sin theta, that is here, will be cancel out each other for diametric pair of diametrically opposite end. Try to understand what you want to show. This is diametric end. If there is a small charge element, there is small charge element, its electric field will be bounded, and it has to return dE cos theta and d sin theta, because this component and this component acting in opposite direction but having same magnitude. That's why they will cancel each other. But dE cos theta lying in same direction will add up together. So this line says that here component dE sin theta will be cancelled out because it lying in opposite direction with same magnitude. But dE cos theta for each opposite diametric end, it will be lying in x direction. They will add up. They will add up and to give resultant electric intensity at point P. So we have to integrate that equation for finding the entire electric field intensity due to uniform charging at point P. So let us now integrate dE cos theta. Since we have the value of dE here, that value is come out this one d cube 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus a square. And cos theta, from that triangle we can find the value of cos theta. Cos theta base upon hypotenuse, that means r divided by square root r square plus a square. Putting that value here, this is your cos theta and this is your dE. Now we have known the value of dq, the bilinear charge density, that value is here. Put that value here in that formula. That equation will be modified like that. But there is a small current element, that part should be integrated for finding the entire length of the ring. And this is q into r 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus a square root 3 by 2, because square root and r square plus square multiplied together, it will be r square plus a square 3 by 2. And 1 upon 2 pi taking outside, integration dl. Since we know that integration of dl is 2 pi a, and these formulas are also here, we have used there. Now dl is 2 pi a, 2 pi a, 2 pi a, cancel out, then it will be q into r 4 pi epsilon naught r square a square plus 3 by 2. That is the required answer for the electric field intensity at any point on the axis of the uniform charge ring. Actually that ring is not like that. That ring is like that, and there are lots of rings can be arranged, then an axis of the circular ring will be formed, which is shown in that figure. Now we will take some special case. If we take R0, R0 means that point will shift inside the ring and it will reach to the center of the uniform charge ring. If R0, that means by that formula, R0 means electric field 0. It is clear that at the center of uniform charge ring, electric field is always 0. Second, if R greater than A square, then that point P is lying very far from the center of the ring. In that case, A will be neglected. So by that formula, A square will neglected. R square power 3 by 2. 2 to 2 cancel. R की power 3. Q into R 4 pi epsilon naught R की 3. It will become out. But after cutting R to R, then answer will be Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Since we know this is the formula for electric field intensity due to point charge, so we can say that whenever point P is lying very far on the axis of uniform charge ring, then it always produces electric field intensity just like due to point charge. So we can say that a uniform charge ring or a loop behave like a point charge and having same formula as a electric field intensity due to point charge have, that is E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. I hope it will be liked by you and you will gain much more from that topic. Thank you so much. We will meet in next lecture. Till then, keep your study very well.